Hi, my name is David Miller, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this easy, beautiful website in 2 hours or less. I will take you through the entire process without missing any parts or steps. Now, this website is beautiful and professional and has all the elements you need to promote your web content or business. And when we are done, you'll have a site that looks just like the big companies such as Apple, Lyft, and PayPal. I'm going to briefly show you why these companies follow a strict aesthetic and outline the elements to an effective website. And I'll also show you what an ugly, ineffective website looks like. Think of it as sort of a what to do and a what not to do. So if you're ready, let's take a look at the few large successful companies' websites and see what they all have in common. First, you'll see that if you look at the navigation, you'll notice it's always the same formula. They have easy, simple to read, beautiful and elegant designs with a logo on the left corner, a clear menu bar, a call to action button in the center, and sort of a brief, bold statement that kind of says what their company is all about. Likewise, you'll see PayPal, same thing. Logo in the left corner, branding it, call to action button, a bold statement in the center of what they're all about, and an easy to navigate menu bar. What you want to avoid is a website like this. This is terrible. This is everything that could go wrong goes wrong in this website. The reason being is your eyes don't know where to go. They've done a lot of research on how customers and web surfers are exploring new websites, and when they reach a website and a page like this, they don't know where, their eyes and mind don't know where to go. Am I looking here? Is this how I navigate? This kind of blends into this stuff, or is this the main content? Blah, blah. It's messy, it's ugly, it's terrible. This is something to avoid. So what we want to do is get away from something like this and move to something like this. Logo in the left-hand corner, simple to easy to use menu bar where you can get to all your pages easily, a big, bold, beautiful statement that tells the person exactly what they're going to get if they scroll down or look more into this website, and a call to action button that will give them everything they need to keep going deeper and provide the content and express what you want to convey to your customers. So now that we know what kind of website we want to build, let's take a moment to review the elements of an effective, beautiful, and professional looking website. First, I'll show you how to make a custom headline, just like this. And I'll show you how to put a call to action button in, customized. And you'll begin to see that all the top sites do this. That's because it follows how our eyes and brain tend to want to focus. As the example showed earlier in the other big websites such as Lyft, PayPal, etc., it always kind of travels in this left around circular motion. So you want to remember that that's the way the mind works. The eye travels along the top and circles back around. And by the time they get to this, you want to have that call to action button ready for them so that they can get going right into your service, get into the meat and heart of your website. The other thing you'll notice is that all these sites utilize full-size images, big images that brand, that look beautiful, and don't confuse the customer, but actually say a little bit of something about branding and what you're all about. And the reason why they use these full-size images is because they're proven to work. Big companies have spent a lot of money to test it, and this is a formula for success. Also, you'll notice that the logo is very, very important. I'll show you where to place the logo right in the left-hand corner. The reason why you want the logo inside your navigation up here, just like up here and just like up here, is because it's clean and elegant and it doesn't waste or take up any extra space. If you're wasting space, that's valuable real estate, and if people have to scroll down or look for content, they're gonna click away sooner than your head will spin. So don't do that. Avoid that at all costs. And also, you don't want to lose your customer. You want to easily be recognizable. You want to brand yourself. And when it comes to surfing the web, the research has shown that most people have short attention spans and even less patience. So if you make it difficult to find what they are looking for, they're going to click away. So don't do that. They don't want to have to go looking on the page and scrolling through things. They want to get to what they want and be done with it. Something like this, where am I going? What am I doing? Am I looking? It's not going to convey a professional look, and that's what we want to do. We want to look professional, be elegant, aesthetically pleasing, and most of all, be effective. So what do we want to do? We want to get the information to the customer in a clean and beautiful presentation. And again, you can see how these big companies don't waste any space. Every section is clear. It's a motivation to act. Similarly to the website we're going to build, we have our simple, clean, easy, responsive site. So this is what's called a responsive site. It's very important to design responsive sites because whether or not you're maybe not on a computer, but you're on a phone, this site will also conform and look beautiful even on a phone. And that's very important nowadays because a lot of people do all their surfing on their devices, not just their computers. So when you see that there's no wasted space, a message or service is conveyed clearly and beautifully. And now let's take a look back at the bad site. What message is being conveyed? Is this the logo? Is this just more text that's blending into this? Is this my navigation? Well, maybe I'll go to it. It's something to avoid. You want to avoid ambiguity and confusion at all costs. So this is just a terrible site. Don't do this. We don't want anything like this. I'm going to show you everything you'll need to have a very effective, strong landing page. So this is going to be the site we're going to build. And I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's gorgeous looking. It has a logo. It has plenty of room to make a clean, elegant navigation bar along the top. It has a call to action button right here. It has a bold, beautiful statement, a big, gorgeous image in the back. It's got it all. And it looks cool. It's got some cool graphics and links to other things you want to do. It has an about page, and finally we're going to have a get in contact, get in touch with you so your customers can email you with messages, and at the bottom, of course, your contact information, and even social icons, which are very important nowadays for cross media and marketing. So you're going to want all these elements, and I'm going to show you step by step without missing any pieces or steps. You're going to get this website built, beautiful, done in less than 2 hours. You're going to have this website in less time it takes than watching a movie. So if you're ready, I'm certainly ready. Let's get going. So we're going to build this website using WordPress. WordPress is the most popular form of building websites today. The reason being is it's super easy and anyone can do it. That's the great thing. You don't have to be a coder. What WordPress is it's a content management system, meaning it collects all your content, like your photographs and your words that you want to use, and it puts it all together in an easy theme or template. You just select the look of what you want and you customize it yourself. You don't have to code or program anything, so you don't have to know the HTML or the CSS or the PHP or any of the server side or front end. None of that is applicable. All you need are pictures and words, and you can build an entire website for your business, like I said, in less than 2 hours. So the reason why it's so successful is because it's used by some of the biggest companies in the world. Fortune 500 companies use WordPress to build their websites. CNN, Forbes, Sony, I mean, you name it. These people know what they're doing. They've got plenty of money to spend, and there's a reason why they use WordPress. It's simple, elegant, responsive. Like I said, everybody is surfing the web nowadays, and they want to be able to see things on their phone. It's easy to use. WordPress themes usually come automatically built to be SEO optimized, which means it's search engine optimized. So before, back in the day when you were building a website, you'd have to put keywords in and all this other stuff to make sure you were found on the internet. WordPress already comes optimized for all that. The content you put on will actually optimize and get yourself found on Google search or Bing or whatever. So based on the words you use to describe your service or products or whatever on your website, that will WordPress automatically does that for you. So there's so many things to gain by using a WordPress theme, but again, we want to avoid WordPress themes like this, and we want to end up with something more like this. These are effective, beautiful themes, and there's a reason why, as we explained before. They're elegant, they get the message across, and that's what professionals use nowadays. So we're going to use a WordPress theme. This one's called Zerif Lite, and we're going to go ahead and download. I'm going to take you through the steps of what you need to do to get this website built. So let's get going. First, we'll take you through a brief tutorial of what you'll need to get started. So what you'll need to get started first is domain name. You'll need a domain name and you'll need hosting. So the first thing we need to do to get started is get our domain name and hosting set up, because without that we won't have a place for people to go to find our website, and without hosting we wouldn't be able to have any content. So if we go over to the resources page on the davidmillerwebdev.com site, and you'll see a little brief description of what domain name and hosting are. The domain name is the name of your website. So for instance, Amazon's domain name is amazon.com. eBay's domain name is ebay.com. Apple's domain name is apple.com. And my website is davidmillerwebdev.com. And there are also other extensions. The little back part after the dot, after your name, the .com, or you have .net or .org. There's a bunch of extensions. They're all pretty popular. .com obviously is the most popular, but sometimes that's taken, so you can get these other ones, and that's fine too. It's just sort of the name that people will type in to find you. Hosting is different. Hosting is the service that allows your website to have content. So all your photographs and all your written content, all of that is going to be stored on a computer that's on, functioning, running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it's really important that you use a good hosting service, a reliable one. I, of course, recommend Hostgator. Hostgator I've used for a long time. In terms of quality of service and expense, they are the best. And I also recommend you definitely use the discount code, discount hosting 1, and that'll give you even more savings. The cost for domain names, you have to renew them each year. They're about $13 a year, and the cost for hosting is about $10 per month. So to get started for your own free website, you're gonna have about $20 in expense, but those are, like I said, necessary expenses. You have to have a name, a domain name, and you have to have hosting. So luckily the building the website is free because you're using this tutorial, so that's good. So you'll save money, and if you use, like I said, the discount code discount hosting 1, that gives me credit, allows me to build these tutorials and information videos for you, and I really appreciate that. What you can do is we can either go to hostgator.com, or I recommend just hitting the link that I've provided on the David Miller website. You can either hit that or on the description page on this video. So anyways, it'll take us to the main page of Hostgator, and you'll see that there's 3 plans that they offer. I don't recommend using the business plan. I do not recommend this because, one, you can always upgrade to the bigger plan if you need it at any time, but why pay more now if you might not need private SSL and all those other things that we really probably don't need. I recommend these plans right here, either the hatchling plan or the baby plan. And the only difference between the hatchling plan and the baby plan are the hatchling plan allows you to have one domain name. So davidmillerwebdev.com would be the only domain name that I could host with this account. Whereas with the baby plan, it allows you to have an unlimited amount of domain names. I could have davidmillerwebdev.com or mybeautiful.easy.awesome.website.com or whatever you want. So what we do is we pick a plan and hit sign up now. And here's the sign up page, and what you'll do here is first pick a domain name. So let's try my domain name is David Miller, and you just hit enter, and it'll say if it's taken or if this one's available, green. So you'll see the .com, and you can pick, like I said, any extension you want. I'm going to go with the .com because, like I said, that's the most common and easily recognizable. And they give you a whole selection of, if you want to select more, you can add more to the list. But for right now, we just want the one domain name to get started. So we're going to select that. That was available. Now, if it wasn't available, for instance, let's say that my domain name. So this, if it's not available, it'll say unavailable, but it might have my domain name .site available. So if you really are stuck on a name or want that particular name, there are other options. Maybe there's an extension for you, but for us, we want the rest of that. So we're gonna go with this one. This one's available, my domain name, davidmiller.com. You're going to scroll down. Now you have these, after you select your domain name, you're going to have these added services that they want. For instance, if you want privacy, that's going to be an extra $12.95 a year. Some people don't want the public to know that that they're connected to that domain if they want privacy. I would unclick it because most people don't look up who owns individual websites, and most time you're selling yourself and your services and your things anyway. But if privacy is important to you, then definitely click it. It's worth the $12.95 a year. But for us, we're gonna uncheck that because that's not important for us. Choose the plan. Let's say I want multiple names down the line. So I'm not gonna go with the hatchling plan, but I want all the services. I'm gonna take the baby plan. And so once you select the baby plan, you can choose which service you want. Do I want 1 month? Now, naturally, if you pay in advance, so if I pay a year, it's $478, or if I pay for 2 years, it's a little cheaper, 3 years, etc. So choose whichever one fits your budget. If you want to pay a little bit less every month, I recommend going for a longer term. Otherwise, maybe just a year is fine. Username, anything that works, something that reminds you, is easily rememberable. And for any code, just select any code. It must be 4 to 8 characters long, contain numbers. So for that, pretty self-explanatory. Now for entering your billing info, this is going to be where you enter your email that they can confirm the purchase, your name, your information, and you can pay by credit card, or if you are in a country that doesn't have or accept your credit card, you can always pay by PayPal. Sign in with PayPal, pay that way. So we're going to pretend we've inserted all that information right there. And then the next section is additional services. I really don't think you're going to need any of these services, so I would go ahead and uncheck them And make sure you do this, because otherwise when it comes to checkout, you're gonna have more things that you probably don't need, and it'll raise the cost. So we're gonna get rid of that. And finally, what we're gonna want to do is enter the coupon code. We're gonna enter discount hosting 1 and validate. And what you'll see there is now the order review. So discount hosting 1 validated, it got the check, so thank you very much. I appreciate that, and that gives me credit. And so now we'll look at 24-hour service, free, instant account activation, free. You got a 45-day money back guarantee. Our domain name, my domain name, davidmiller.com, for 1 year, paid for. And then it verifies we want, in fact, the baby plan for 12 months, and that comes to $100. So that is how it works. It also shows the discount that you've received. And once we're ready to go, we hit this and we hit checkout. So once you hit checkout, you will receive an order confirmation, and you'll also receive an order confirmation email for the email address that you provided. So the next step is to install WordPress onto our hosting account. So that's what we're going to do right now. The first thing you do is just go to your email, and you'll see that you received a congratulations or welcome to Hostgator or whatever email confirmation. And it may look a little different, but all this information is very important to keep. Make sure you save it, print it, whatever you need. And you'll see your login information, you'll see a temporary password that they provide, and a link to go to the Hostgator. So what you'll want to do, and this, don't worry if this will look like, so you might get a link and it'll take you to your billing login. So we'll go ahead and log in there. Or your email might get a cPanel link, in which case you'll have something that looks more like this. Either one is fine, logging into your billing, because if you log in through billing, you can just simply go to the hosting right here. And if you log into your cPanel, either one takes you into your cPanel, your backend for Hostgator. And the first thing you're going to want to do is change that password from the one that you received in the email. You're going to want to change that to something you can remember. So go to Preferences, Change Password, and you'll go ahead and paste that one from your email in there and write in your new one, whatever you want, and then go ahead and hit Change Password, and that way you'll have your own password. And once that's taken care of, go back to your cPanel, and we're going to install WordPress. So the way to do that is super easy. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're in your control panel here, or if you're in your billing Hostgator portal here. Either one will take you to the place you need to go. If you're in your billing portal, you'll hit Hosting, and if you're in your cPanel, you'll, in either case, scroll down to Software and Services, and you'll see here under Hosting, Launch QuickInstall. And you can also hit this. They've got it all over the place, is what I'm saying. Is basically Hostgator makes it very easy. You just want to make sure you find a button that says Install WordPress Quick Install, or here Launch Quick Install. Likewise, on the control panel, it's under Software and Services, and you'll see Quick Install. So either way, whenever you click that, it will take you to the Quick Install page, and you're going to want to go ahead and scroll down, and you'll see this big Install WordPress. you don't want to install Drupal or any of these others. We're going to want WordPress. You can also hit it from the side here if you hit WordPress here, but we're going to go ahead and hit that link, and it takes us to the install WordPress portion of their website, and you'll see WordPress for free. We want this one. We don't want the other things, the paid for. We want the free WordPress. We're going to install WordPress right in this box. You click the install WordPress and type in the domain name that you want. So the one that you just selected, whatever, .com, .org. Make sure this you leave blank. This is what's known as a subpage or subdomain page. And it's anything, it's like your domain / anything else. You're not going to want to put anything there because we want WordPress to load onto our main domain page, our main website page. Go ahead here and type in your email address, and blog title is simply a little blurb describing your service, your website, who you are, whatever. So in this case, we're going to do where websites are born, and type in an admin user for yourself, a username. So for me, I'm going to hit David, put my first name in, my last name, and once all this information, just verify, just make sure your domain name is spelled correctly and you've got the extension correctly, .com, your email, all that information is in there. And once that's all in there, hit install WordPress. And we're going to ignore this. And you'll see on top it's running, it's actually installing, and once it's complete, it was very quick, it'll say your install is complete. So that's how you install WordPress, and you'll get a credentials right here, and you'll see the admin area, which will be your website.com /wp-admin. So remember that anytime you want to get to your admin panel for your website, you type in the address, the domain address, and you hit /wp-admin. I'm going to repeat that a lot through this video just to kind of get it into your head that that's where you find it, because a lot of people, you'll forget, you'll just put in the domain name, and that's how you find the WordPress. You'll also see your username, and again, you'll see this temporary password has been generated. And the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and copy that, and you can go ahead and hit the link right here and put your username in and paste that password in there and log in. And so now we're in the dashboard area. This is known as the dashboard of WordPress. This is where you kind of navigate around the back side of your website. This is where you get around and modify things. So the first thing we're going to want to modify, though, is our password, because that's not a password we've created. That's one that they self-generated, and we don't want that. It's hard to remember. So the first thing we're going to do is change our password, and the way we do that is we go to this top bar, is only seen by you, and you're going to go to the top right-hand corner, edit my profile. You can also go to users and hit your profile, will take you there. But in this case, it's easy, just edit my profile right here. And it'll take you to this page. You scroll all the way down and you'll see your username and all that stuff. And then down here, new password. So you'll hit generate password, or that'll give you a really high security, strong one. I don't think that's necessary. I'm going to select one that I can remember. That way I know. And if it's weak, they'll make you confirm, okay, it's a weak password, yeah. And then you'll go ahead and hit update profile. Okay, so now we have a changed password for our WordPress, and we're ready to get going on building our website because we've installed WordPress, and now we're going to begin building the website. So we're going to get started building our website, and the first thing I'm going to want to take you through is kind of getting familiar with the WordPress admin portal to get used to what it looks like, navigate around, and so you get more comfortable. And there's a couple little things we got to do before we get started. So let's go ahead and go to the dashboard right here. And this is going to be your main sort of navigation page for the back end of your website. Again, this black bar is only going to be visible by you when you're logged in. And if you ever want to see what your website kind of currently looks like, you can always come over here to the left corner and hit Visit Site. And it'll take you to your domain name. And this is what it currently looks like. This is the default theme that comes installed with WordPress, and it's ugly. We do not want this. So let's go ahead, go back up here to dashboard. And again, don't forget this bar is only visible to us. So you're going to want to go back to dashboard. And let's first make certain that our WordPress software is the latest, most up-to-date version. So come down under dashboard to updates, go ahead and click updates, and you'll see for me, I just downloaded this WordPress, we just installed it, and it happens to have the latest version. If it doesn't, you'll see you can just hit download and automatically it'll apply the newest version of WordPress for you. So go ahead and do that now if you don't have the latest version. And then we'll want to go back to the dashboard. And so now what we're going to want to do is change our theme. The theme we currently have, that 2016 theme, is ugly, and we do not want that. We want to recreate my website with a pretty logo, pages and resources along the top, a call to action button, a beautiful big photo, nice, dynamic, professional, easy, responsive website. Remember, responsive is where the theme will fit on any device. So if you're on your phone, it still looks nice, it presents itself professionally, and that's the theme we're going to use. Is called the Zerif Lite theme, and we're going to go over back to our dashboard and we're going to install that theme. The way to do that is right here under dashboard, change your theme completely, and we will hit the add new theme, and we can go in the search theme. It's Zerif, Zerif Lite, and there it is, Zerif Lite. And we'll want to hit just this install button right here. Okay, and it'll say downloading package, successfully installed the Zerif Lite theme. What you'll want to do now is go right here and hit activate. That will actually activate our theme. Okay, so now we've activated it. It says out of all our themes, we have 4 there. We can get rid of them if we want, but for now it just says these are our themes. This is the one that's currently active, the Zerif Lite. You can go to dashboard, and now when we want to see what our website looks like, let's take a look. Let's hit visit site, and now we've got the Zerif Lite website going. Okay, and now we're ready to rock and roll, because we've changed the theme of our website, and now we're going to begin customizing it to make it ours. So before we begin customizing our theme, we're going to want to make sure that we don't have any extra plugins, and we're going to uninstall any unnecessary plugins that we might have. Themes come along with plugins. What they do is they kind of just give functionality, additional functionality to the WordPress theme, but sometimes if you have too many, they can conflict with each other. So we're going to go ahead now and delete the ones we don't want to use. So we don't need Jetpack, we don't need Mojo or Hello Dolly. We're going to delete these three, and the way to do that is to select them, and then you go to Actions and Delete and Apply. Okay, and we're going to want to delete those. It gives you like a warning. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes, we want to delete it. We don't need them. Going back to the dashboard. All right, so now we are all set. We've deleted plugins. We've installed the latest update to WordPress, and we've also installed the theme, Zerif Lite, the one we're going to be working with. So now we're ready to go, and we're going to start customizing our site to make it our own beautiful professional looking website. So before we get started, let's just go back and recap what we're going to be doing. We're going to be rebuilding this website, my website, thedavidmillerwebdev.com. We've downloaded the theme that we're going to be using, the Zerif Lite theme. And the reason why we're going to use that theme is because it does everything we want it to do to look professional and beautiful, just like the big companies. They have their logo, they've got a big pretty picture in the background, a call to action button, again, logo, call to action button, big picture, very easy and clean sections to understand what the website and what it's all about. And likewise, this is just a good theme because it has the call to action, which will take us to how the website works, what it's all about. It has these dynamic, cool links, and just really cool sections, separators that make it look professional and beautiful, and like it's like $1 million website. And it has a nice get in touch contact form for everyone. And we're going to go step by step through this theme, customizing it the way we want. So let's go ahead right now and close these unneeded tabs down. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go step by step building the website, and we're going to first go back and let's take a look at the theme itself in its raw form. So right now it's got their logo, Zerif. It's got a sample page. So don't worry about all this. We're going to customize it to where it looks just like the way we want it. And I'm going to take you through exactly how to do it. Go back to dashboard. So the first thing we're going to want to do is customize your site. Right here under dashboard, you want to hit that button. Okay, so now get comfortable with this. This is our Zerif Lite admin. So it's different than, let me go back here just to familiarize yourself with it. This is where we're going to be actually customizing the different features and look of the site. If you ever want to go back to your WordPress dashboard, you go here and you close out this and it takes you to the back end. So this is almost like an overlay, like the customize template. This is sort of the template customizer, and you can think of this as you're going to go through each section and get familiar with all these sections. Don't worry, we'll tackle one at a time. And if you ever need to go back to your dashboard, however, change your profile name, password, do anything like that, you just simply X out of it. And if you ever want to go back into the Zerif Lite theme template, you just go to customize your site. Okay, so now once we're here, we're going to begin going through step by step each section of the website and make it our own. Okay, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get going. We are now going to begin customizing this theme to become our own personal website. It's totally up to you whether you want to collect the content like the photographs for the background or your logo. It's up to you if you want to collect all that stuff first, pause the video and get that organized and ready so you can just drop it in as we go along, or you can just follow along in the video and do it, you know, as we get there for each step along the way. It's totally up to you. I personally wanted to be a little more organized so that I could just drop stuff in. So what I did is I created a website content folder and I put the artwork and the written content in there. So I have like my Word documents with all the written stuff that I plan on putting in the website, and my logo and all my photographs and everything else that I wanted to put in there, so I can just drag and drop it. But again, it's totally up to you. If you want to do it, you can do it now. On the davidmillerwebdev.com website, I provided under resources, I provided the Zerif Lite WordPress template image sizes. So here, like the logo, this is your logo. For the testimonial section, if you have a testimonial, our team, all these things, our focus, these are all the sites for the background image right here. This is the size of the image you're going to want in pixels. Okay, so I provide that on the davidmillerwebdev.com website under resources. And I additionally have this link to a wonderful website. It's called unsplash.com. A friend of mine showed me this a few months ago, and I absolutely love it. What it is it's just this free website, and the photos are completely free to use. They're licensed and royalty free, so if you go through it, you can just look at like the new stuff, and they just have beautiful photos for you to use. And you can do, like, for instance, I typed in computer and I scrolled along and I found this picture, and it's really easy. You just hit download and it downloads. And I like this because it had code, and so I ended up taking that image, if you recognize it here, and there's that same image, only I put a no sign, like a no code. And I kind of just did some custom stuff beforehand. So anyway, there's another resource for you. You can use it, or if you already have your logos and your images, that's fine too. So the first thing we're going to do is customize the logo. So you go here under the first section, Site Identity, and you'll see Logo. And you go ahead and hit Select Image, and it'll take you to this download media file. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Select Files, and we're going to go to, let's see, website content, artwork, site identity logo, and there it is. And we're going to upload the logo. So once it's uploaded, it has a check. If it's wrong and you don't like it, you can always delete it or edit it. But for us, we're going to put it in. I'm going to hit Choose Image, and there it is. So now we have the logo. Where websites are born, if you remember, that just automatically filled from when we put it in. If I want to change that now, I can go back to my content, and let's say we want to change it to where beautiful websites happen, and we want another tagline. Build your own website 2 hours or less. Something like that, whatever. And that's just a tagline. So now we have all that. Every once in a while, it's a good idea to hit this save and publish button. And so now we can hit this, and that will update the whole site. So let's go ahead and do that now, just to see what it looks like. So we hit save. Okay, and now we're gonna want to go ahead. Now this site icon, if you look along the top, see how it says the little logo for Lyft, the little logo for PayPal, or mine has the DM. That's what's known as a favicon. And it's not important to do right now, but if you want to do it, it's kind of nice. It makes it look very professional and custom. So you can go ahead, it's 512 pixels wide and 512 pixels tall. And again, we can go ahead and select, go to upload file. This is what's already in your media library. This is if you want to select more. And right here, I already have it built, my favicon. Downloaded the favicon, and I'll hit select here again. Okay, great. Now we have a custom logo and a favicon. And just to show you what the favicon is, again, if you go to the website that you're building, you'll see now we've affected the logo. It doesn't say Zerif anymore. It now has our own custom logo there. And the favicon now, it doesn't have Hostgator or whatever it was before. Now you'll see there's our actual logo where it should be. And it's just nice because it looks professional. The big companies, the big websites have that. And so now we have that in there. So we're going to come out of the site identity, become familiar with the navigation in this theme editor. The back button will take you back to the more generalized theme, and we're going to work on the next section, which is the general options section. And under general, you'll see there's all these unselected things. You go ahead and read if you want to access them. You can always test them out, select it. They're not necessary for our purposes today, so I'm going to leave them unchecked, but you feel free to look at them. Like this is a preloader, which is like a circular progress bar to let people know that elements are loading if it takes a while for certain parts of your website to load. But they're not necessary for our purposes today, so I'm going to leave all those unchecked. What I am going to put in, though, is the footer copyright. And so I have a copyright section written here, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that in and hit save and publish. So now if you scroll down, you'll see David Miller Web Dev, all rights reserved. And we'll go back out, and we'll hit footer social icons is the next section. So that is these little guys right here. Those are our social icons. And the hashtag is enabling them to be visible. So if we scroll all the way down, you'll see, and they're nice that they're color coordinated. If you get rid of the hashtag, the icon disappears. So we can get rid of all those icons. And don't worry, we'll bring them back. If you ever want to see them again, you can just put a hashtag in or whatever. There's always a way to bring it back. Nothing is permanent. So anyway, so what we're going to do here is we want those icons to be links to our social media website. So for instance, I'm going to cut and paste my Facebook right there, save and publish. I'm going to cut and paste my Twitter account because I've already set this up. And again, you can pause the video now if you haven't set it up yet. Set all these accounts up. It's good to be already set the last one for Instagram. And there we go. So now I have my 3 social media icons that I will be using for this website: Facebook, the Twitter, and the Instagram. And they should be there now when I reload the website. There they are. And we can just test them. We can go to Twitter, for instance, and there it is. It takes you to the David Miller Web Dev Twitter page. Okay. So that is our footer social icons section. Now we're going to go to the footer content section. And this is going to be our address, contact site, email. So again, anything you want to put there, telephone number. So all this information. If you want it to just disappear and you don't want to put any of that, you want more privacy or anything, feel free to just delete the information entirely, and it just goes away. So it's super easy to add, delete. I'm going to go ahead and put in an email address for right here. Okay, there's my email. I'm going to leave the little icon, that's kind of cute. I'm going to remove the company address because I don't need a physical address. I'm an online business, so you don't need a physical address. Save and publish. But I am going to want to put my email information and, in this case, phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here as well. And I think now you can see why I had all this content pre-written. It's much faster if you can just drag and drop it. But here's the phone number, the email. I'm going to hit save and publish. And there it says saved. So we're good to go on that. And scroll back up, and we're going to go back. And that concludes the general options section for the Zerif Lite template. Okay, so now we have a custom logo. You should have a favicon of your own that will customize the tabs and the look of it as people on their browser will see. We have our own custom information and contact information, website, phone number if you wanted address, copyright information, and we have social media icons and links. So the next section we're going to be customizing is the big title section. So go ahead and hit big title section, and you'll see main content. The main content is this stuff all the way at the very top. You'll see one of the top 10 most popular blah blah blah. That's this right here. So we're gonna go ahead and write in this is where you really put in your main sales headline. This is the main capturing title that people are going to see when they're going to see your logo. They're going to see this beautiful picture, and they're going to see this headline. This is going to be your main sales headline. So for ours, we're going to do what we do. This is create your own beautiful and professional website in 2 hours or less. That's what this website's for. That's what we're going to be doing. Again, we're copying this website, so I'm just taking you step by step on how to customize this theme to look just like this website. And now we're going to type in set of features, how it works. Okay, and that will take us to the focus section, just like this. When we hit it, this is the focus section, and that's already set for you. Very easy. It'll be this next section right here that we're going to work on. So when the people hit the how it works, or whatever else you want to call your button, it'll take them to the section that you want. And we're going to get rid of this button, but you can use both buttons if you want. It's totally up to you. Again, this is your website, but like I said, we're copying this website for the purposes of this video, so I'm actually going to eliminate it, but feel free to use it if you want. And there it is, just that single button. I'm going to hit save and publish. Okay, and for any of these sections, you'll notice there's a hide big title section. If you hide it, when your website opens, it'll just go to the next one, the next section. But we want that, so we're going to go back. Now, parallax effect. The parallax effect is this effect. I wouldn't use it. It's really kind of cool because it makes the images kind of move in, and it makes this theme very powerful. But again, we want simplicity, elegance, so we're not going to build it for the purposes of today, but feel free to test it out, use it, turn it on, and see what kind of difference it does. You'll see it kind of like makes movement, and it can make your website very dynamic and not so static. So feel free to use it if you want. You can change the images if you want and do anything, but for our purposes today, that's all we're going to be modifying under big title is the main written content and the button. And so that's where we're at this point. We'll hit save and publish. The next section we're going to be working on is the Our Focus section, which is this section right here. And we're going to go ahead and you'll see the connection between what you're looking at here. Features is this right here. So we're going to call this for us how it works. And for this is the subtitle right here. And the subtitle I have pre-written is going to be this. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. How to build easy, do-it-yourself, responsive, and beautiful websites in a couple hours. And that describes our website, what we're doing for my purposes. And this can be anything you want. You can be what I do. It can be the title of your services and then kind of a subtitle of what you're doing. And then our focus widgets. These are the widgets. You go ahead and customize them by putting in, again, we're going to be mimicking these three. So I already deleted one. You can just delete them by hitting remove, and that will delete the whole widget. But don't worry, if you delete them all by accident, you can always add the widget back. So don't worry, there's no real mistakes here. So for our purposes, we're going to work on this first one, WooCommerce, and we want it to look like this. So we're going to go ahead and cut and paste this one, all this stuff. So we're going to call it introduction. And then you'll see it change, introduction. And then all this content is this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put in all this, cut and paste. Now you can see why I pre-wrote and did all the content gathering. But like I said, you can do it right now on the fly. This is just for the purpose of learning what's going on. Now, the link, the next section is link. This is when you hit this, what does it take you to? So for our purposes, I preset this to be my YouTube channel as my link. So I cut and pasted that in there. And my image, I'm going to replace this with a different image. I'm going to upload files, select file, and we're going to go back to artwork and the focus widget icons. And we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And there it is. And I'm going to insert. Now again, the 150 by 150. I put all these in the resources for this theme under the David Miller. You can see the 150 by 150 pixels. So all the sizes. So like I said, if you want to go collect all the content for all the sections, super easy to do that. I've provided that info, but we've uploaded it. Let's insert into post. and let's hit apply. And there it is. There's the logo. So that's the one. So let's hit save and publish just so we don't lose our work. And we're going to go to the next widget, which is right here. Select that. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So it's really just kind of a repeat. So we're going to call it this. Retitle it to whatever you want. You'll see it change. There you go. Then we're going to want to change that content. So right there. And cut and paste it, put it in. So this is where it kind of takes some time because you got to have all your stuff organized, or if you're doing it right now on the fly, just have patience, create the links, create the images. So now we're going to go same thing, upload image. Don't hit remove, that will remove the whole widget. Just hit upload image and you'll replace this one out. And then go to upload files, select, and the next one we're doing is video focus. There it is. Insert. And there it is right there, and I want to apply it, and it'll make the change. There we go. So one more left. Save and publish. And one more widget left. So for this title, it is Save Money in Hosting on Domains. Paste that guy. Put this stuff in here in the content. Go. The link is going to be this guy. And now finally the upload. Upload, select file, money focus icon. I just had a little money sign. And insert into post and apply. There we go. And then save and publish. And we can go back to the website and just check to see. Let's refresh this and see how it looks. So now we've got our logo. And again, this bar won't be here for everyone else. And if you want to get rid of it, you can always log out. But I'm not going to do that because we're still working. But you go to how it works. There's our new focus section. Little brief descriptions. So on our way. Very good. And that's the focus section content. So we're moving right along. We've got a couple more sections to go, but that was our focus section. So now we'll do the About Us section. So now we're going to do the About Us section. And you can hide it if you want and it'll go away, or we want it, so we're going to not hide it. Main content. So let's go to this section as we're looking at it. So it has About as the title. As you change it, you can see it changes to whatever you want. I'm going to keep it as About. And I'm going to change the subtitle though. That's this right here. I'm going to make the subtitle this. So now build your own professional website in less time than it takes to watch a movie. Save and publish. The big left side title, that's this section right here. And for that, we're going to put this text. Put it there. And then finally, this text right here is right here. So paste that stuff in there. And there it is. Perfect. Save and publish. And now, so you'll see that's the main section. Then there's these features, which are kind of cool. They have like this features, but I didn't want any of this for my website. I just wanted a clean about, give some information. So I'm going to actually, but you're welcome to customize those. Again, you'll see it'll say your skill number 1. You can write whatever you want, like anything you want, whatever your personal website is going to be doing. You can create this, but I'm going to actually just delete them all, and that's how you get rid of it. And again, that's feature number 1. Feature number 2, I'm just going to delete. And to me, this is just kind of cleaning up this theme, because I don't like so many little bells and whistles. It starts to look kind of hokey to me. But if you like it, you're welcome to keep it and customize it. That was just my personal preference. I'm hitting save. And so now we have this clean about section. Okay, and that's that for the about us section. And now we can scroll back and we have our title. We have the how it works with links. So as you can see, the website's becoming very custom and very dynamic. So the next section, if we're going to copy, will be the get in touch. Okay, so what I did here is I don't have a team that I work with. So when you go to our team, if you see right here, the our team section, that's this section right here. What you can do, if you have a team, you can insert their photos, their descriptions, their personal LinkedIn stuff, but I don't have any of that. So all I did, and you can do that for any of the sections, is I went to content and I just went hide my team. Likewise, I didn't feel the need to put testimonials. A lot of people use testimonials. It's a great way to kind of show a third-party advocation for your work or your services or your products. So testimonials are a great section. I'm not saying don't use them. They're very easy. Again, you're going to kind of see the way it works. It's kind of the same for each section. You go to our team, the widgets, you drop down, you customize the content in the widgets, update new photos. Same thing with the testimonial section. You can come in, you can retitle it something else other than testimonials right here. You can put a subtitle to it. And then these are the widgets themselves. So you'll see this goes along with this. You can change the image. So it kind of works. You'll see the theme is super easy to navigate, super easy to work with. Again, though, for my purposes, I'm going to hide the testimonial section. Save and publish. Latest news is also another section that I don't need, which is right here, latest news. I'm going to hide the latest news. Save and publish. A ribbon is interesting. I'll show you what this one does, because we're going to go through every section. The ribbon, so we've hidden the team, the testimonial, but like I said, you can feel free to customize it. The ribbon section is it does this kind of funky little red ribbon here, like if you wanted to put any text in there, and it's kind of like a separator. Let's see if you can, there it is right there. And it does this sort of funny little separator. Some people really like it. You'll see it on big websites. It's just to kind of break your website up. It can be really nice if you want something really bold to say right here. It's sometimes because you have your explanation of what you do, and then before you get to the about, you can put that ribbon in. Some people like it. Again, for our purposes, don't need it, but you're welcome to put them in. You can put a button link, label, so label it anything you want. That's the ribbon. The latest news section, I hid that because I don't feel like I need that. That's just kind of like a blog. As stuff gets put in, it'll update. The contact us section. This is really cool. This is a way to get people to send you email. So for mine, I wrote get in touch. I left it because I kind of like it. It's kind of friendly. Get in touch. If you want to customize anything, so for this I want people to email me, so they'll put their name, their email address, what their subject is, and any message that they have, and then they hit send message. When they hit send message, that's where you put this email address, and I want it to come to me. So I'll go ahead and put in my email address. And then the send message is this button right here, and you can call it, you can just have it say send, or if you like send message, whatever. Okay, and then again save, and then we'll go back, and that's the contact us section. And we can take a look at the website as it stands right now. So we've got our logo, we've got our title, we've got the dynamic call to action button that takes them to what you're all about, got a cool section of links, we've got a nice about page, and we have a get in touch page, and contact information down below, social icons. So it's really come together. That's our basic website. Now we still have images to put in. So now what we want to do is change out the background image for our own. So you go to background image right here, and we're going to go to change image, upload file. So wherever you have your, and I have it under background image, and I'm going to hit open. It's going to upload that background image. Almost there. Come on. So you can see it started to really collect all our images, and we can access these anytime in our media library, which is nice because you might want to put them in different places throughout the website. So there it is. It's been uploaded almost. As long as it says uploading, it's still in process. There we go. Gives you a little thumbnail to know you've got it in there. And choose. And there it is. Just put our image in. It's that simple. Gonna hit save and publish. And you can do different positioning. You can center. You can right align, left align. Doesn't really matter if the image is set to the the main size of the page. It'll pretty much pre-fit really nicely and beautifully for you. And again, under resources on the David Miller Web Dev and in the descriptions, I give the size you want for the background image in pixels. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is the old image that comes with the theme. When we refresh it, there's our new website. So it's really come together. And that's how you upload a background image for your website. So now what we want to do is change out this sample page with a page just like this. That's my resources page, or it can be anything you want. It can be literally anything you want people to, after they've kind of come across everything, gotten to know you, gotten to know about you, they can hit any one of these links, and you can do a bunch of them all the way across the top. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. For this, we're going to actually back out of the theme editor and go into the regular dashboard, your WordPress dashboard, if you remember. So once again, you're in the theme editor here. You just come up to the X out, and there you are. And you're going to go along to pages, and you're going to select pages. And now what you're going to see from pages is sample page. That is exactly this sample page. So what we can do is we can go into it like that by selecting it, and we can call it resources, and we can hit update, and there it is. Let's see, and refresh, and there it is, resources. Or if we want it like this one, all caps, whatever you want. And update, and there's the resources. When you select it, it has this generic text in there, and again, we can put any text we want. For our purposes, we're going to put all this stuff in, copy, and go ahead and paste that in there just like that. Hit update. It's just that simple. And then refresh our website, and there it is. So we now have our easybeautifulwebsite.com. We've step by step rebuilt the entire David Miller web dev website. And just to show you, if you want to add more pages, so that's the resources page. Let's say I want to add an additional page. I can either come up here and hit add new, or if you forget, just go to pages right here, and you can hit add new here. So I'll just hit add new, and let's say I want to post images or videos. Let's put videos here. Okay, and we'll hit publish, and you'll see it creates a permalink, which is just a fancy way to say when you select one of these, it takes you to the next page. So now you've got two, resources, videos. So if I hit the videos, this page would have, and I can put videos or whatever, you know, that's how the page editor works. So now that we've learned how the page editor works, let's dig in a little bit deeper on how we can affect the look and feel of the pages as you create them. For example, this video page, when we look at it, you'll see that it has these blog posts along the right-hand side. And let's say you don't want that. So what you'll want to do is inside the page itself, when you go to the page and you edit it, you'll see down here under page attributes, this look right here with the blog on the side is what's known as the default template. Let's say we want it as a full page, like on the David Miller resources page. See, it's a blank full page. Let's say we want the same thing on our videos page. What we'll do is we'll go down to full width page and hit update. Okay, and then we can view the page, and there it is right there. It's a blank page. ready for our text. Now let's suppose, if we're looking at our website, let's suppose we want to place a home button up here. So rather than just having our logo always return us to the home, as it is right now, we hit that, and that will take us back to the home page. Suppose we want an actual home button in the navigation menu. The way we do that is we go to our dashboard, and we go down to Appearance, and under Appearance you hit Menus, and under Menus you're going to see the pages that you have, and underneath that you'll see, and what's going to happen is, let's explain this. I'll explain this a little bit in more detail. So the pages themselves, if you go to them, you'll see the actual website, and remember when I was talking about subpages / this is the subpage that resources is under, and so when you hit it, it actually takes you to a whole new web page. Similarly, videos will take and it creates a permalink / videos. So what we want to do is under Menus, you'll see these pages right here, and if you look at them under the menu structure, it tells you where the navigation is. And what we want to do for a home page is we're going to do what's called a custom link. So because we're not creating a different page to go to like the resources or videos page, we're actually just creating a custom link, but a button basically that returns you to the home. And then what we want is we want this, the actual URL, www. whatever your domain name is, and we'll call it home. And then we're gonna add to the menu, and there it is right here, home, and it has a custom link. It'll show you, and that's where it goes when you hit it. Oh, let's edit that. There we go. See if that's save menu. Okay. Oops. Getting some typos in here. Save menu. There we go. So now when you can check the custom link, it'll be the actual link. When you hit it, that's where it's going to take you, which is our home. That's what we want. But also you can, a nifty thing, you can arrange the order. So just by clicking and dragging up, now I can have it in that order: home, resources, video. Any more that I add, they'll just be added as we go. Save that, and now let's take a look at our website again, and now we have a home button. So let's say we're in our resources page, we're looking around, and we hit home. Boom, takes us back to the home. So that's how you make a home button for this navigation. So we've reached the conclusion of this video tutorial, and I'd like to offer a great big congratulations to anyone who followed along with me, and hopefully you have a professional, beautiful looking website that you've built in 2 hours or less, and one that's dynamic, has beautiful photographs, and showcases your skills, services, products in a beautiful professional manner. And if you have any questions, or if you feel like something was confusing, please don't hesitate to contact me at davidmillerwebdev@gmail.com. davidmillerwebdev@gmail.com. Contact me with any questions, comments. If you have ideas for other videos you'd like to see, please recommend these video tutorials to your friends and family, or anyone else you know who might want to build their own website. And I encourage you to check out the other videos, and thank you so much for attending this video tutorial, and I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions or comments. Thanks again.